Hello, my name is Ryan. I spent the last almost 21 years in the United States Navy, and after retiring last year, I realized that I was spending a lot of time reminiscing with my friends about some of our stories from the times we were in the military. So I thought I would record some of those things so I'd have them for the future. Wanted to start really right at the beginning and talk about the time where I was the first person to get in trouble at boot camp. So the way Navy boot camp works is everyone flies into Chicago O'Hare Airport and we all meet at the USO. And the USO is staffed by just the nicest people you'll ever meet. They give you snacks. You can hang out on the couch, watch ESPN on a big screen, just really chill out in a very laid back atmosphere and wait for your time to go to boot camp. So then once it's your time, you get on a bus and they bus you to Great Lakes, Illinois, where the boot camp is located. And then when you get off the bus, that's when you realize that the nice people at the USO have been replaced by not so friendly boot camp instructors called RDCs, or Recruit Division Commanders. So they lined us all up on the wall inside of a building and they start doing a roll call. And the way they did it is they started in alphabetical order. They would yell a name, and then if that was your name, you would respond and yell your social security number, and then you would run off down the hallway to where there was a bank of payphones, and you would call your parents and tell them just that you had made it to boot camp and that you were still alive. So it would be something like they would yell Anderson, and if that was your name, you would say Anderson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then run off down the hallway. So they start doing this. They're going down. Everybody is there's less and less people on the walls. They call more names. My last name is Langham, so once they're getting close to the L's, I'm definitely paying very close attention. They called a name that didn't really sound anything to me like Langham. I heard something like Laborman or something like that. So I kept my mouth shut, and nobody responded to the name. So the RDC, cussed to himself, called it a few more times. Nobody responded, and then he moved along. And then once he did, I realized that the next names he was calling were past my name in alphabetical order, and realized that I had made a mistake. So everyone is leaving the wall one by one as their names are getting called, and then at the end it's just me by myself on the wall. The RDC that was calling names came over, asked me what my name was. I said Langham. He looked at his list, yelled at me, said I was effing close enough, and then he spent a couple minutes screaming at me about how stupid I was and how I didn't know my own name and stuff like that, and then eventually told me, get the F out of here. So he said that, and I ran off. By that time, there was nobody that was still using the payphones, and I wasn't about to be the only person in the room and hold everything up more. So I just got in line, didn't tell anybody that I didn't make the phone call home, just never told my parents that I was supposed to have even called them once I got to boot camp, and just moved along. So it was at that point when I kind of started realizing maybe what I had gotten myself into, and was hoping that that would not be a sign of what was to come later in my Navy career. So that's the time where I got in trouble before anyone else at boot camp.